أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Good morning to you, whoever is following this Twilight chat. We're back with another episode of Twilight chat. This is episode 11, and today is the 11th day of Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, we've already fasted for 10 days, and the first 10 days had gone. The third of Ramadan had gone. So alhamdulillah for those of us who have fasted, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us continue fasting till we finish this month. And for those of you who haven't fasted also, may Allah make it easy for you and you start fasting. That's all we can say. So as we as it became the norm of these episodes, we try to pick some verses from the Quran and reflect upon them, and then we kind of try to extract some way, forge your way through the words, extract some understanding, some concepts, some landmarks which would guide us through the journey of life, inshallah. So as a continuation to what we've been doing over the past 10 days, today we will be talking about some verses from Surah Yunus alayhi salam, and these verses are from the 11th juz. So today is the 11th of Ramadan, and they will be the 11th juz. Before I start talking about these verses, I would like to make a remark. These verses, the whole surah talks about belief, iman, as a way of life, believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also believe as a means of the way that we as Muslims should be approaching life as believers. So belief is one of the most important things that someone could have. The spiritual side, if you're not stable within spiritually, then it becomes difficult for anyone and everyone to kind of settle for a specific way of life, because the challenge that we go through in life are amongst the things that we need to fight physically and spiritually. And if you cannot fight these things spiritually, obviously the physical side wouldn't last longer, because the spirit needs to exist. So having said that as an introduction to our topic today, the few verses that I've chosen from Surah Yunus, and which also talk about belief, and I want to make a statement here, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us as human beings, and had He wanted, He would have made everyone a believer in Him. So what we can understand, what I would like to discuss in these topics, is the tolerance, and having an understanding that people are different, and people uphold different beliefs and belief systems. So the first verse is verse number 99 from Surah Yunus, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَآمَنَ مَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ كُلُّهُمْ جَمِيعًا أَفَأَنْتَ تُكْرِهُ النَّاسَ حَتَّى يَكُونُوا مُؤْمِنِينَ. And this verse is talking about people as a whole, and it's addressing the Prophet and subsequently addressing everyone who's a Muslim. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, had your Lord wanted, He would have made the whole of humanity, the entire of humanity, believers. Everyone who is on this earth would have become a believer. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the Prophet, are you going to compel people so that they become Muslims, they become believers in God? Obviously, we cannot compel people to become believers in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We actually, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who, guides us. So when we see people who are not, believing in the way that we think is the right way, after all, whatever belief that you hold is a conviction that you hold in, and that conviction is telling you that you are on the right way. And that person who upholds a different belief to you is upholding a different belief because they think that they are in the right way. So when we uphold a specific belief system, then we should be aware that we have reached a conviction and this conclusion that this belief system is the right belief system after probably a long process of searching and seeking for knowledge. That is obviously if we're not born in a specific belief system. If you're born in a specific belief system and you're following that specific belief system, then you should be humble enough to say, well, I haven't even searched my belief system, so I'm not going to judge the other person. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had created people who believed in Him and people who don't believe in Him, who don't believe in Him and people who believe in Him. We are both creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us. So not believing, if someone is not believing in Allah, it doesn't mean that this person is bad, because you don't know what's going to happen to that person. Life is too long, and anything can change. Okay, so this is one statement. The second verse that I wanna is which is related to it as well, is the last two verses of Surah Yunus, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قل يا أيها الناس قد جاءكم الحق من ربكم فمن اهتدى فإنما يهتدي لنفسه ومن ضل فإنما يضل عليها وما أنا عليكم بوكيل واتبع ما يوحى إليك من ربك واصبر حتى يحكم الله وهو خير الحاكمين. So in this verse, the first verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking the Prophet to call upon people, tell the people, قل, all people, all humanity, all human beings, Allah has revealed the truth to you, has sent the truth to you. فَمَنِ اهْتَدَى فَإِنَّمَا يَهْتَدِي لِنَفْسِهِ. And whoever believes for himself, for his soul. When you believe in Allah and you follow the way of Allah, you're not doing it for someone else. And if you believe in something because of someone else, then obviously you need to think and rethink. Because if you believe in for someone, then that means you're going to leave that belief when that someone is not around or when things change. But if you believe in something because it is the right thing to do, it is your conviction, then even if the whole world is against you, you're not gonna leave that belief, because it's your conviction, you believe in that one. So and your belief should be because you are convicted, you have a conviction, and also because you're doing it for yourself, not for someone else. You're not doing it for the society to say you're right. You're not doing it for your friends to think that you're right. You're not doing it because of your parents. You're not doing it because you were born in that belief system. You might have been born in that belief system, but as a result of your research and your learning, you have held, the conviction that this is the right belief system. So فمن قد جاءكم الحق من ربكم فمن اهتدى فإنما يهتدي لنفسه. Whoever is guided for himself, and whoever is gone astray has gone astray for him or herself. So when someone knows that this way is the right way, and then the fact that you don't follow is you going astray, and if you follow that way after knowing that this is the right way, then you guide it. Actually, you are guiding yourself, and that is the difference between guidance as a whole concept, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the guide of the heart, and also the choice that we have in life. You can make a choice to pray 5 times a day, or you can make a choice not to pray 5 times a day, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to come down and tell you, okay, you need to pray because I'm going to guide you. Allah won't do that. Allah won't do that. That is absolutely part of the freedom that you're given as a human being. But again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could guide you in the sense that Allah could, make your heart like the prayers, make your heart love the prayers. And then you have to help yourself by getting making your wudu and pray. So because you think that you believe that you're doing it for yourself, so you do it. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the Prophet to say, وَمَا أَنَا عَلَيْكُمْ بِوَكِيلٍ. And I'm not a manager over you. I'm not gonna, I'm not in charge of you. I am just a messenger. I'm just telling you, I'm just delivering what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me. And my responsibilities stop there by delivering that message. And if you accept it, good for you. If you don't accept it, it's for you. So the responsibility of the Prophet has a limit, and its limit is to deliver the message. And if the Prophet had delivered the message, and you have received the message, then everything that comes after that is your responsibility. If you don't follow that message, it is your responsibility. And if you follow that message, it's also your responsibility. And it's for you or against you. If you follow that message, it's for you. If you don't follow that message, it's against you. And then, and this is important because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to follow again. It's a message that we've revealed to you, but you don't just tell people. You also follow. Even the Prophet, as a human being, he might be the mediator, but he's asked to follow as well. He has to follow the message that had been revealed to him. It's not a message that had been revealed to him just to tell people what to do, and then he does things that he wants to do. But he has to follow وَاتَّبِعْ مَا يُوحَى إِلَيْكَ. Follow what had been revealed to you. Even you, Ya Rasulullah, even you, our Prophet. You are the messenger. We're not just sending you to deliver the message. We're also asking you to follow what's within that message, because this message is a guidance for you as well as for the people whom you've been sent to. And then because the delivery process of that message is very difficult, and there's so many challenges and obstacles that the Prophet ﷺ and all the prophets who had been sent to human beings go through, then you have to be patient. You have to be patient with people. People are very difficult to deal with. You can't just deliver the message and expect them to accept it, because they have already developed norms and habits. They have already established ways of doing things. They have already adopted belief systems. And for them to realize that their belief systems are not the right systems, it takes time. So you have to be patient with them. Wasbir. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling people, wasbir. It's telling the prophets, wasbir, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, حتى يحكم Allah, until the Lord, until Allah judges. وهو خير الحاكمين. And Allah is the best of judges. Obviously, we cannot talk about the judgment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because if a judge as a human being base his or her evidence on her judgment on evidence which he hasn't seen, but he just collected for him or for her by by the police and the forensics and the security services and the witnesses and all of that. How about the one who knows everything? How about the one who is all-knowing, everything that's happened, everything that is not even gonna happen? He knows that. Things that are within your thought process, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would know them. Your intentions, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would know them before you even verbalizing them. You don't need to verbalize your intentions for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to know them, because Allah is all-knowing. Everything that is within us, everything that is around us, everything that's happened, everything that's going to happen, everything that's happening, everything that will ever happen, everything that hasn't happened, everything that will have to happen. Even if it hasn't happened, He will know it. So Allah is all-knowing. Everything that might come to your mind, to thinking, everything that you might think about, Allah would know it. Even the things that you think about without even thinking about them, Allah would know them. If if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that, then how do you think his judgment would be? He would be the best of judges because he knows everything. He doesn't need the forensics. He doesn't need the police. He doesn't need someone to support him to gather the evidence. No, he doesn't. He's a witness over you. He's a witness over your actions. He's a witness over you thinking. He's a witness over everything that that you see on this world. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَاصْبِرْ حَتَّى يَحْكُمَ اللَّهُ وَهُوَ خَيْرُ الْحَاكِمِينَ. And Allah is asking the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to be patient, and then he's saying, be patient until Allah judges between you and the people that you've been sent to. And Allah is the best of judges. وَهُوَ خَيْرُ الْحَاكِمِينَ. Brothers and sisters, a few things that we can learn from this verse is we have to be patient with people who are different to us. Also, we shouldn't be expecting people to be like us. If you see someone, if you believe in a specific thing, if you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for example, as a creator and who exists, then if you see someone who doesn't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you should be patient with them. And then don't expect everyone to be a believer as you are, because it needs a courage, it needs time, it needs energy, it needs knowledge, a lot of things, so many factors and combinations that you need to have before someone changing their belief system, before someone adopting a new belief system, because it is very difficult. You're going to change your way of life. You're going to change because you already think that this is the way. And for you to abandon that way that you've grown up with, that you followed for the whole of your life or your entire life, so you're 50, you're 60, you're 10, you're 20, regardless, in that 10 years in a specific belief system is difficult to abandon. It's like you abandon everything that you have. You abandon your memories. You're probably going to break up with your parents, with your family, with your friends. You're going to have a whole new life, entirely different to whatever you've had. So if that person is going to go through that process, then it is not an easy process. And we shouldn't be expecting every person to make that transition. It's impossible. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us it is impossible, because had Allah wanted, He would have made all people believers. Brothers and sisters, what we can understand from today's Twilight chat is just I wanted to highlight the fact that belief is not an easy thing. It's a conviction, and it should be a conviction. And if we follow in the path that we think is going to take us to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we should be grateful and say, thank you, Allah, you guide us through this way of life. And also we should be patient with people whom we think, let's be clear, with people whom we think are not on the right way. And you never know who is on the right way. They might be on the right way. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. And those who have strived on our way, we will guide them through our path, through our ways. So there's more than one way that people can follow. So may Allah guide us through His way, and may Allah make us patient. And I will conclude my podcast today, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much for watching. If you have anything to add to the discussion, please comment on the comment section below, and then we can discuss it. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.